Hey guys, Contact Builder 46 here for part 50 of Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. Hold up, let's do our song. Alright. It's kind of hard to think, but I've already done half of 100. Like, 50 episodes. And well, I plan on this one being the finale for this series, so I'm gonna do something a little different. I'm actually gonna do a boss rush. However, I'm not gonna do a sort of normal boss rush. I'm gonna like what I mean is like I'm not gonna use these regular items. What I am gonna do is I'm gonna use Fierce Deity Link and destroy these bosses. Now, because the reason I decided to do this as the final episode is because I realized that for pretty much the whole series, I really wanted to show off Fierce Deity Link at the end of the game. And I remember when I got the mask, I was planning like, oh, I wanna show off how freaking overpowered Fierce Deity Link is. But then I realized that I wanted to also do other things first, and then I just never got around to doing it. So in this final episode of Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, at least from me, I'm gonna, do just that. So I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna do these in order that you would actually face the bosses normally. So, whoops, that's the wrong song. If you guys played Ocarina of Time, you would know what song I just played. But if you didn't, then it's basically the same song for the same purpose. In Ocarina of Time, it opens up not opens up, but it's a warp song to take you to the forest temple. It's called the Minuet of Forest. But that's for Ocarina of Time. That song doesn't really have any significance in this game, except I think you can have it appear on where the Snowhead is, area is in Termina, where the Skull Kid is. Like, sometimes you have to play music to get rupees. I think that song can appear there. But anyway, you may notice that no matter where we go, the Fierce Deity Mask is unusable. There is one exception to this, and that is boss rooms. You can only use this mask with bosses. That's how ridiculously overpowered this is. And now we can use this, so let's use this for the very first time. Nice. And now we're Oni Link, as some people call him. And let's see, okay, so one thing you can already notice is he has no eyes, and that he's very, very tall, and he always has a sword out. You can't put that sword away. Another thing you'll notice if you played Ocarina of Time is that he sounds a lot like Adult Link. But anyway. Alright, so yeah, you see I beat him in like 3 seconds once I actually started attacking him. So remember how hard it was for me to beat him the first time, or how long it took? And then how I managed to be a little bit faster the second time. This time, it's just absolutely no problem at all. Totally just destroyed him. Now, I'm not going to be doing this bullcrap with the Deku Princess and getting her to, to her father all safe and sound. I'm going to skip that. I just wanted to beat the bosses. But yeah. Odolwa is the easiest to beat with with Oni Link. That's how I always called him, so I'm kind of used to calling him that. I'm trying to say Fierce Deity, but it just didn't come out. But anyway, but yeah, these other ones are pretty easy to beat. It's just that the only thing is it makes them harder than Odolwa is that it's sometimes harder to hit them because of their placement or because of what they're doing. But that's not going to be too much of a problem, because at the end of the day, you will be able to hit them. So yeah, next up is Goat from Snowhead Mountain. Alright. So we're going to be doing our shenanigan here. We gotta play our Goron Lullaby. Yeah. There you go. I swear I did that right the first time. But anyway, now we're gonna make Big Goron go to sleep. I just kind of wish this would hurry up because, you know, we've seen this cutscene before. I wish it'd be like the modern games where you can like press start to skip the cutscene. But hey, this was on the N64, so it wasn't that powerful. I find it funny, like, I know a lot of people won't think it's weird, but I kind of find it strange that like this is actually a Nintendo 64 game. And the reason that's weird for me, not going to be weird for really anyone else, is because pretty much most people that played Majora's Mask have played it on the N64 or played it like first knowing that it was an N64 game. But not me. I actually played Ocarina of Time and I think this game before I even knew what a Nintendo 64 was. And that kind of shows how young I am. Didn't even have like a Nintendo 64 as a kid. But yeah, like because this was on the GameCube, I just kind of assumed this was a GameCube game. Like I think a part of me knew that it wasn't made for GameCube, but I just never really thought of it as anything but a GameCube game because like, you see like all the symbols and everything that refers to controls and stuff is referred to, has been changed now to say GameCube instead of Nintendo 64, have GameCube buttons instead of Nintendo 64 style buttons. Like instead of having the blue A button now, it's a green A button. So it's like kind of strange now to see, to look and think, oh yeah, this thing was not for this console initially. But yeah, I forgot with Goat, we do have to unfreeze him. Fortunately, there are some arrows here, so we're not totally screwed because we didn't have arrows. And there's some magic jars there. But yeah, so he's gonna unfreeze now, or melt, or thaw out. Yeah, thaw is the right word. And now he's gonna be all mad. Masked mechanical monster Goat. He's gonna slam us out of the way. And we're not gonna like that very much, so we're gonna turn into the fierce Deity and try to show him who's boss. Now because he's always running and you can't really keep up with him unless you're a Goron, you kind of want to go the opposite direction when you're using Oni Link. And I think I hear him coming. He should be right around the corner. Unless he's not. There he is. Ah, crap. Alright, so yeah, this guy's gonna take a bit longer just because of the fact that he's always running in circles and away from you. Unless you go the opposite direction, in which he'll be running toward you. Dang it. Fortunately, because of this battle strategy, you're likely to be constantly running into him like that and being forced to take damage. However, you see that it doesn't go unreturned. And good thing we have those long-range energy beams, because otherwise we probably wouldn't have even got to hit him. But yeah, you see, because we keep getting magic back, there's really no like limit on how often we can use our energy beams. Should be coming around any second now. There you go. Hear him. Sounds like he's getting louder. Come on. Oh shoot, he's coming from another direction. That surprised me. Alright. Some tells, okay, I got a better idea. Instead of solely using Oni Link, I am gonna try to make this go a bit faster and try to keep up with him with Goron Link, but then switch to Oni Link. Is he like right behind us? Oh no, he's not. Alright, try to get away, pal. Not gonna happen. Alright, so like it looks like we're gonna have to roll to keep up with him. This is a bit annoying, but I mean, it's not. I can't expect it to go perfect every time. Also, this guy takes a lot more hits than old Dalwa, by a long shot. Alright, so we're gonna roll, and we're gonna actually be faster than him, but we're gonna come in from the side because we don't want to damage him with Goron Link. We're gonna try to damage him with Oni Link. And wow, we literally just had one more hit that time, like the whole time that we were chasing him. But anyway, he's dead now. There's no coming back for him unless we go back in time, obviously, but I'm not trying to do that. At least not anymore. Because I'm taking this all the way to the final boss. Now, one thing I should mention, the last boss, well, not the final boss, but I mean the Twin Mold boss, the last boss you really fight in Ikana Canyon, it's kind of hard to beat him with Oni Link because you can't target him unless you're, well, you can't even target him when you're big. So, I don't know, I'm not sure how I'm going to do that one quickly. Actually, you know what? I'm probably not going to be able to do that quickly. Alright, but yeah, here we are, making good time. We're like 12 minutes in, but we already beat 2 bosses. Now, whatchamacallit, what's his name? Gyorg, that's it. Shoot, what did I just play? Gyorg, I don't know why it took me so long. I kept on thinking of Oldalwa, and like, no, it's not Oldalwa. Yeah, it's not this, and it's Gyorg, that's what it was. I was about to call him Gyro, too. It's kind of spelled similar. But anyway, Gyorg is kind of hard to hit, too, because sometimes he gets out of reach of your little laser energy beam things. But if you do attack him while he's close, you can finish him. At least I'm pretty sure you can finish him much faster than it took me to finish what's his face? Goat. Freaking Goat, man. If he didn't change directions, then I probably would have been able to beat him way faster. I kept on feeling like he was behind me. It's like, and I was thinking, nah, he wouldn't have turned around. Not like that, but yep, he did turn around. But anyway, here we are. We're at, well, this is 3 out of 4. Alright, here we go. Let's use this again. Not take any damage. Oh, nice little 180 there. Got a little DNA double helix sword there. Anyway, we gotta wait for this cutscene, which is actually reminiscent of an Ocarina of Time cutscene. With the similar, well, kind of boss, not really. It's a boss that's aquatic, it's underwater, and it shows from its perspective. It's Morpha from the Water Temple. It has a similar opening to this, except this one's a giant fish, and that one was a weird tentacle amoeba thing. Gargantuan masked fish, Gyorg. And now Gyorg's all like, I'm gonna kill you. But we're like, nah. Can I hit you? I kinda wanna hit you. We're not aiming the right way, freaking Link. There we go. That hit him. Wow, so he's already into his next phase now. And we did like 2 hits on him. I think he's over here now. So let's just, there we go. And one more, I think. I missed. It keeps on hitting the ground. Dang it. Can I get an angle? Ah, shoot. That's not good. Yeah, you don't want to be in the water with Gyorg, because then that happens. Alright, where's that fish freak? There he is. Jeez, why can't I hit him? There we go. It was like weird, it was going past him. So it gets like L targets right in front of him rather than at him. Which is very annoying, but hey, it took only, what, 4 hits to beat this guy? That's not bad at all. I mean, technically 8 hits, because you have to hit him once to stun him, and then you can damage him. But all in all, I mean, that went pretty well. Minus the part where I fell down and, you know, I had a, whatchamacallit, I got dragged under the water. But besides that, pretty much everything went smoothly. Actually, that's a big lie. I don't know why I'm saying that. It went quickly. That's kind of what I want to say. And I guess quickly for me is smoothly, but it really wasn't that smooth. Compared to how fast I could have been, I was kind of slow. But compared to what we did on the first time fighting Guy Org, that was ridiculously fast. Like, we did pretty much all the bosses in less than 20 minutes. Unfortunately, I can't guarantee that for Twin Mold. This guy is going to take a lot longer because it's just really hard to aim for Twin Mold. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we have to get to Stone Tower, but we got to change it to upside down because, you know, yeah. It looks like we're also kind of running low on magic, so we might want to get some of that first. There we go. Yeah, we don't need that, though. Which one is it? Is it this one? Yeah. Alright, so let's put our little... yeah, it's... There we go. I was trying to remember the song. Let's put our creepy little Ben Drowned statue friend here so that he'll hold the switch down for us. I don't think we need another one. I think we can probably... Oh, no, 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 no! Dang it, because now I have to wait for that to reset now. Alright, so I think if we go from, like, here... Yeah, we got a pretty decent angle here. So let's just equip our light arrows and shoot this. Wow, that took up a lot of magic power. Missed. This ought to hit it, though. There we go. Wow, we took up... I kind of wish we had some Shatao Romani. Maybe I should have gotten that before fighting all these bosses. That way I would have had infinite magic. But, you know, you work with what you have. I mean, I kind of wanted to start on the dawn of the first day one more time before I finished the series, so that's why I did that. But yeah, let's actually, before we go to the boss, I kind of want an absolute 100% refill of magic, or at least close to it, you know, which I'm pretty sure we can get right here. Yeah, there we go, 100% magic refill. Now, just in case I can't actually do it with Omni Link, I'm gonna equip the Giant's Mask, which can be used in even fewer places, actually. It can only be used in this particular boss room. Anyway, though, I'm gonna try to beat Twin Mold. Since we're not in the boss room quite yet, we still can't use it, but yeah, I'm gonna try. Oh, great. Giant millipedes that fly. My favorite. Giant masked insect. That is not an insect. Insects have 6 legs and 3, what are they called? I don't know, sectors. This thing's got like a lot of sectors and it's definitely not 6-legged. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't even think it's any-legged. Oh, hey, you can't charge it. Okay, I got a good shot there. So let's, there we go. We got a good hit on that. Oh, we can't really hit that. Unless we're like right next to it. Wow, we're actually doing way better than I thought. Because I remember the first time I did this, I did like terribly. Wow. So we're already we're already done with half of the Twin Mold, I guess. Well, one of the Twin Molds. The red one. The one that doesn't really matter that much because apparently the remains that we get are the ones of the blue one. Which I think is changed in the 3DS remake. I think you get the red one's remains instead of the blue ones. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Oh, I missed his head. But yeah, his head is also a weak spot, so go for that if you can. And trying to do some somersault flips there. Not impressive enough for me. Whoa. And there we go. We beat all 4 main bosses. Now we just gotta beat the last, technically 3 bosses. Because, yes, it is the final boss, but as you saw from the other video, if you watched it, he is divided into 3 phases. Good thing that blue light lights up so much, because the where the fog makes it hard to tell where you're going. But yeah, there we go. All, whatchamacallit, all 4 of the bosses. The only thing I'm gonna do now is gonna cut it till the night of the final day, where I can get, whatchamacallit, where I can get to the final boss. I'm gonna watch this cutscene one last time, because I'm not coming back to this game for a while, so here goes. Man, it's not even like the cutscene's like really that cool to begin with. It's just that, yeah, it's like the fact that I've seen it for the last time in a while. But anyway, here we are. Final boss. Almost. Sis, tail. Let's see this. Swamp, mountain, ocean, canyon. Hurry! The 4 who are there, bring them here. Don't speak out of line, stupid fairy. That's it. I won't let things go the way you expect them to. Well, whatever. Even if they were to come now, they wouldn't be able to handle me. Just look above you. If it's something that can be stopped, then just try to stop it. And now he's gonna do his bend round scream. Yeah. Alright, so, whatchamacallit, we're just gonna do... Oh shoot, how did it go again? Like that. There we go. Okay, it took me a while. So we're gonna see this cutscene one more time, although I think this time it's gonna be shorter because if you notice, it did save after we beat the boss, so because we saw this cutscene, we're gonna kind of get a briefer version. Not the giants holding the moon, we're gonna get the whole cutscene there, but the one after that is gonna be a lot more brief, I think. But anyway, I want to hear this just one more time, so here goes. It stopped. Sis! Tail! Well, now you should be awake. Stand up. Wait, sis. The Skull Kid. Don't blame him. Yeah, I know. The Skull Kid was lonely because no one would be his friend, blah, blah, blah. You see, this is different because this is the second time we see this. They no longer have the argument because Tattle already knows what he's going to say, so blah, yeah. And the power of the mask made him do it because there's too much for him to handle. How did you know that, sis? Certainly had far too many weaknesses to use my power. A puppet that can no longer be used as mere garbage. This puppet's role's just ended. Can't be! Then that moon? I like how Tattle's still surprised, yet she clearly showed that she was conscious of what happened in the last timeline. But whatever. I shall consume everything. Yeah, blah blah blah. That's why your mouth is open, because you're gonna eat Clock Town, right? Don't worry, just leave it to your sister. Well, you're going, aren't you? Can't do anything down here. Let's go. I've been thinking about this ever since I joined you. You never want to give up. You always want to try. I admire you. You know, yeah, I actually kind of like this cutscene now too, because it adds some continuity to a story that technically finished already, but they added one more little touch. I like that. And also Tattle is a lot like nicer now. Like she says, I admire you, you're cooler and stuff. But yeah, I remember how before she was all like, yeah, you two are stupid because you want to fight Skull Kid. But anyway, if we look, I think, okay, yeah, the Moon Children are still here, but I'm not going to give them my mask. My masks are all mine. I already got my reward. Anyway, let's talk to this kid. You play with me? You have only weak masks. So, you'll play? Weak mask. Alright, I'll show you. You were the one who gave me this mask in the first place. Well, shall we go? Yeah, you bet we're gonna go. Let's go. Let's throw down some hands. First, let's drink some Chateau Romani. That's right. Now we have infinite magic. And let's prepare one more thing. There we go. Now we're overpowered as all hell. And I'll just move that. Well, actually, for some reason, it seems like we can use the bottle, huh? Yeah, we can. Interesting. Okay. Nothing else can be used except for bottles. Well, let's get on with it. You know, when I bought the Chateau Romani, I thought for a second I couldn't buy it, because at first he's all like, the Milk Road is blocked, so I can't be sure I can recommend it to you. But then when you talk to him again, then he lets you buy it, so that's good. But you're about to see how you can destroy Majora's Mask. And also, yeah, I know this episode's getting longer, but, I mean, the finale of a series should be longer, right? There we go. See, we don't even have to wait for him. These guys are already coming out. I'm just thinking about it. I don't think I had a chance to... Oh, yeah, okay, so they don't actually have a description for them. Yeah, I thought I would miss the chance to see their descriptions, but no. Also, these guys are so weak that just one hit kills them. Oh yeah, I forgot about you. Well, just as soon as you stop going like a zillion miles per hour, I can hit you, and then be dead. What? That hit you. Oh, whatever, I don't care. Now I hit you for good. And you see, we have infinite magic. It's not going down at all. Well, how was that for a first phase? That was so easy. And now Link is just gonna awkwardly stare at it as it grows legs and an eye and some arms. But this is gonna be even easier because it's not gonna be floating around. You can just keep spamming the B button. Like this. How was that? 3 seconds? Not even. That was like 1 second. And now he's gonna try to get all beefy on us. But you know what? We're too strong for even Majora's Wrath. Yeah, you're trying to show up, huh? Yeah, your terrifying screams won't do nothing. And there we go, we just beat the game again. Well, now here goes, this is the part where my episode goes from, like, how do I say, from like, I don't know, 20, I actually can't tell what the time is, so I don't know if it's like at 30 minutes already. But this is the part where it's going to go on for like 50 minutes, because I'm going to watch all the credits again. And then I'm going to give my final thoughts. In the meantime, I'm going to enjoy this, because I always like the credits. And the rainbow thing. Now, although it looks like the moon was destroyed, apparently in the game, like, I don't know if it's in the story, but the game actually just teleports it way, way high, so you can't actually see it. I mean, I hope the moon wouldn't be destroyed. That would have some serious consequences in real life. But yeah, I like this scene a lot too. It just looks really cool. Well, we're gonna get one more little scene with Skull Kid and Link and all that, and the masks, and the Happy Mask guy, and then we'll be on to the end credits. So let's wait for the game to read the discs, or the game console to read the game disc. My bad. Yeah. Alright, almost done. That took longer than I think than last time. Dawn of a new day. Infinite time remaining, probably. Nah, not really. Ah, he's awake. He just looks so shocked. Look at his mouth. He's like, huh, what? That's how they sound, I think. I don't know. I'm not really good at impressions. You guys, you hadn't forgotten about me? You still thought of me as a friend? I always liked that scene. I'm always willing to stick by their friend, no matter what. Although, at the same time, their friend was kind of a jerk, and then became a psychotic killer that tried to destroy the world. Yeah. I mean, boil it all down, it's just because Skull Kid's too immature to handle, like, his friends not being there all the time for him. That's just basically because he's selfish. But hopefully he's learned his lesson now that he got possessed by evil spirits. Anyway, did you save me? Now, I know I read these all before, but I just want to read them one more time, guys. I thought they didn't want to be friends with me. But they hadn't forgotten about me. Friends are a nice thing to have. Could you be my friend too? You have the same smell as the fairy kid who taught me that song in the woods. Yeah, I know. Let's do something. Ah, so the evil has left the mask after all. Well now, I finally have it back. Since I'm in the midst of my travels, Whoop. I must bid you farewell. Shouldn't you be returning home as well? Whenever there is a meeting, a parting is sure to follow. However, that parting need not last forever. Whether a parting be forever or for merely a short time, that is up to you. With that, please excuse me. Also, just real quick, if you look to the top left of his pack, you can see a face that kind of looks like the mirror shield. And believe it or not, the mirror shield was actually inspired by that. They just like, hey, there's a weird looking face of distress on the Happy Mask Man's sack. So like, let's use that for our shield and not just copy and paste the Gerudo shield. But yeah, anyway, with that, please excuse me. I read that twice. But my, you sure have managed to make quite a few people happy. Let me read that correctly. But my, you sure have managed to make quite a number of people happy. The masks you have are filled with happiness. Except for probably that fierce Deity one. That one's probably pretty evil. This is truly a good happiness. So all this time, I'm still terrible at reading. And now he goes away. Well, both of us have gotten what we were after. So this is where you and I part ways, isn't it? You know, it was kind of fun. Well, it's almost time for the carnival to begin. So why don't you just leave and go about your business? The rest of us have a carnival to go to. Yeah, okay. I like that. I like that Link just kind of does that. It's cool to me. Link! Thank you. Alright, so we got some fireworks now during the day, which still looks cool. And now, end credits commence. Well, wasn't that an adventure? Man, no matter how many times I play these games, I don't think that I'll ever really get bored of them. I know like sometimes you play a game too much, it will get boring eventually. I'm not sure though, like if that's gonna happen with this game. Like if you dislike a game, playing it once or a little more than once, you're gonna get pretty tired of it. But if you really like a game, I don't think you would really ever get tired of it. Like, sure, yeah, this is only the 2.5 times I've played this through, because I guess I only really played through half the game the first time, and then I did a full playthrough. But if I want to be like honest, I guess it's 3 times. I mean, I can say that honestly, right? Yeah, so I guess this is only the 3rd time playing through this game. But like, for instance, like Wind Waker, I said I played that game like a lot. Wow, the rainbow goes all the way out there. But yeah, like, I don't know. And I like this end credit scene. It's just nice. I love games that do this. And like when movies do this too, it's really cool, like as well, to see actually like what's happening after the story, you know? Like, don't get me wrong, credits that just kind of scroll by are kind of cool. Like that happened in Wind Waker, and the credits just kind of scrolled by. But when a game kind of does this, and they kind of show you stuff that's going on after you like save the world or whatever the goal of the game is, it's just cool to me. Like, it's fun. It also makes watching credits a lot easier. Like in Wind Waker, it felt kind of like you were just reading names and kind of waiting, and the only thing that really was interesting to look at other than the names really was just the bubbles that had little images from the game. But here we get like whole scenes, which is very nice, but granted, I bet you these take a lot longer to produce. Also, those pillars actually, you can see that the Triforce is on them, and believe it or not, for a Zelda game, that's actually the only place where you see the Triforce, which is strange because that's like the symbol of the Zelda series, and it appears prominently throughout pretty much every game. It's But yeah, in this game, it only appears once on those pillars and nowhere else, which is really weird. But hey, you know, I like that. I don't know, I guess I'm not really sure what to say here. I'm kind of rambling, if you guys can already tell. But you know, man. Sorry, I'm just kind of looking at these scenes and it's like, I kind of lose track of myself. You know, sometimes it's just nice to watch these. Yeah, let's see, what should I say about this game? I guess I should start my closing thoughts. That's a thing I can say, right? Alright, so this game in particular, I remember when I made my top 5 Zelda games. I kind of just put this game on here because, on number 5, because it was a long time since I played the game, like, all the way through. I kind of just played it every now and then, just picked it up and messed around, but I didn't really do anything. And of course, when you're messing around and not doing anything at all, like, with nothing left to do, I'm basically just playing like a Zelda Ocarina of Time clone. And, well, with new settings and items and whatnot, and features. Not exactly a clone, but it feels like I'm just kind of aimlessly going about, so I didn't really get the full joy of this game. But now that I replayed this game, like, all the way through, beginning to end, I don't know, like, I feel like I would place it higher than on my list. But I'm trying to think, like, would I really, though? Because then I gotta think, which game would I say is not as good as this one anymore? Like, would Skyward Sword not as good as this one? And at first I might be inclined to say yes. Also, I like how this guy wears sunglasses to the wedding. I mean, never mind. I didn't wear sunglasses in the wedding, for my brother's wedding, even though that was in Arizona. I don't know, this guy looks cool though. Anyway, what was I saying? Shoot. Oh yeah, so I was saying, like, if I played Skyward Sword again, then, like, would I think that that's better than this game? I don't know. Like, so it's like kind of hard to make a list like that unless you play these games. But I have a feeling that even if I did replay this Skyward Sword, because, again, I would still think that this game is probably a little better. Because I can still very easily remember what happened in Skyward Sword, since I very recently replayed it, like, just like 2 years ago or 3 years ago. Actually, that's not that recent. Like, well, now that I think about it, as recent as I thought. But it's still pretty recent. It's still somewhat fresh in my mind, so things are pretty apparent. Like, I can think, like, hey, I do kind of like this game a little bit better. Maybe. Let's see this one more time. I like that, how it kind of brings it all back together. It ends where it starts. I think I said that the first time, but I have to just say it again. I really love that. And then it plays that little jingled Saria song. Wait, like right now, right? Yeah, I like that song. Like, everyone loves that song. But yeah, like, after playing this game, it's almost as if, like, I remember why I liked this game so much in the first place to even put this on number 5. But you know what? The reason I put this on number 5 was pretty much the same reason I put Twilight Princess at number... Well, I didn't even have it on my top 5 list, because it would have been on, like, my top 7 list. Because, like, it's just been... I only played that game, like, once. And that was a really long time ago. Like, for me. I mean, for some of you older guys, like, when you think something like 8 years ago, it may not be that long. But for me, that's, like, just under half my life. So, like, yeah, 8 years ago or so. Maybe even less. No, because I think in 2010. No, yeah, even more than that. It was like 10 years ago when I played Twilight Princess. So yeah, it's like I can't even remember, like, much about the game. So that's, like, why I can't put that higher on the list, and that's the same reasoning I had for this game. I'm kind of just repeating myself, but yeah. Um, shoot. I'm not very good at these final thoughts. I don't know. I guess like I just want to say is like the whole story and the atmosphere of this game is very unique, even for a Zelda game. Like a Zelda game never really got this. I guess like this up in your face about like the consequences for losing. Like sure, there's some darker themes. Like in Ocarina of Time, yeah, Ganondorf. If you lose, Ganondorf takes over the world and has an evil reign forever. And if you lose, like, I don't know, let's say Breath of the Wild, then Ganon basically destroys the world there too. And, like, yeah, but this game, it really gets kind of like, it's a lot more clear what's happening. Because when you're playing Ocarina of Time casually, like, you don't really see the imminent threat. Like, you know it's there, but you're not, like, really reminded of it often. But then in Majora's Mask, you're constantly reminded that the moon is falling because everywhere you go, all you gotta do is look up. Unless you're inside, everywhere you go, you just look up and there's the moon. It's about to fall, and not to mention the 3-day time thing. Like that one makes you really pay attention to it. And when it falls, like you can when it's about to fall, you can see like the emotions of everybody, and that's something that they don't really do. Like it seems like in other Zelda games, everyone is either like barely affected at all or flat out just unaffected or even unaware of the danger of that they're facing. Like in Wind Waker, no one knew who Ganon was except for the King of Red Lions and Link and, well, Zelda. Besides that, no one knew that Ganon was going to take over the world. They were blissfully unaware. Breath of the Wild, no one really, like, people knew that Ganon was around, but they didn't really think that he was gonna, like, come back and destroy the world soon. They thought he was dealt with or something. And then, like, yeah, I can bring up other examples, like Ocarina of Time. Yeah, you can see that Ganondorf kind of has an effect, but the CPUs, or the NPCs that you just kind of talk to, like, just wandering around, most of them are unaffected by Ganon, except for, like, the main areas, like, you know, Death Mountain, which they got in prison. But in this game, people are actually reacting like they're affected by like the catastrophe that's about to strike. People are worried about freezing to death, starving to death, you know, getting crushed to death by, or having their, like, you know, their own infants get like killed by murky water that's too warm. You know, things like that. You know, something that you wouldn't expect in a Zelda game. But shoot, I just realized how long I was talking, man. Talk about a ramble. If you guys, you know what? If you guys didn't like want to hear this, I'm sorry about that. If you guys stuck around, then thanks a lot for listening. I'm sorry I put you through all this. I just looked at my time and like, holy crap. It's like a lot. And I'm pretty sure like a good quarter of this is just me talking. But yeah, I don't know. This is just kind of some of my feelings. I'm not really good at expressing them, especially when I'm kind of sleep deprived and whatnot. Like if I did this during the like tomorrow or something, I probably would be a little better. But hey, I did it today, so yeah. But you know what, guys? With that, I think that's pretty much it for this series. It's gonna be a while before I replay this game. At least, like, you know, as a playthrough. Like I might just pick it up and just randomly walk around and do some random things, but well, as far as actually playing this game, it's going to be a long time maybe before I do that again. And I'm glad I got to do this once more, but this time, you know, talking to you guys. Yeah, I guess that does it for that, for what I want to say. So, thank you guys so much for watching this series. It really means a lot to me. If you like this series, be sure to check out my Wind Waker series. That one's got some fun stuff at the end of it, I guess. It's got some mini games, and then the last episode's actually a glitch showcase. Not a really good one, but a glitch showcase nonetheless. And although it might be hard to find since it's like the very first video I made, but check out my top 5 Zelda list video. That's the only one that I have out right now that's not a Let's Play. And the first video I ever made on YouTube, so yeah, And despite that it's kind of amateur and there is some editing errors or just kind of amateur-ish editing, I'm very proud that I did that. It felt good. Yeah, but before I ramble on, yeah, check out those videos and stick around for what I might have in the future. I'd really appreciate it. And I guess with that, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks a lot.